You scroll, you click, you share, believing the internet is the most free place humanity has ever created. But what if the freedom you feel online is carefully designed, measured, and controlled? Every search you make and every post you see is filtered before it reaches you. The internet doesn't show you everything. It shows you what it wants you to see. Social media platforms promise free expression, yet invisible algorithms quietly decide which voices rise and which disappear. Freedom online exists, but only within boundaries you were never told about. If the internet were truly free, everyone would have equal reach and equal opportunity. Instead, a handful of corporations control attention, influence opinions, and shape global conversations. Your data is being collected every second, even when you think you're doing nothing important. That data is worth billions, and it's the real price you pay for free platforms. Content isn't ranked by truth or value, it's ranked by profit and control. What keeps you scrolling is not accidental, it's engineered. Entire narratives can be amplified or buried with a single algorithm update, and most users never realize their reality just quietly shifted. Governments, tech giants, and advertisers all compete for one thing: your attention. Whoever controls attention controls power in the digital age. You may think you're choosing what to watch, but often the choice was made before you clicked. The illusion of freedom is more powerful than force. Once you see how the system works, you can never unsee it. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why the internet is not as free as you think. The internet was once imagined as a digital paradise, a place where anyone could speak freely, access unlimited knowledge, and connect without restrictions. For many people, it still feels that way on the surface. But behind the screens, likes, and endless feeds, the internet has evolved into something far more complex. What started as an open network has slowly turned into a tightly controlled ecosystem.
Today, most of our online experiences happen inside a few powerful platforms. These platforms don't just host content, they shape it, rank it, and decide its visibility. From news to entertainment, from opinions to trends, much of what we see online is filtered through systems we don't control, and most users never stop to question who built those systems and why. Freedom on the internet hasn't disappeared overnight, it has been redesigned quietly. Instead of obvious restrictions, control now comes through convenience and personalization. You are shown content that feels relevant, familiar, and engaging, but relevance often replaces diversity, and comfort replaces truth. This creates digital bubbles where users believe they are fully informed while only seeing a narrow version of reality. Different people can live on the same internet and experience completely different worlds. Understanding this shift is critical in today's digital age, because when access to information is shaped, opinions, decisions, and even democracies are affected. This video is not about fear or conspiracy. It's about awareness. Once you understand how online freedom is shaped, limited, and monetized, you can begin to use the internet more consciously, instead of being used by it. The idea of a free internet begins to crack when you understand how algorithms work. These systems are designed not to inform you, but to keep you engaged for as long as possible. Every platform studies your behavior in extreme detail. What you pause on, what you skip, what you like, and even what you almost click is recorded. Based on this data, algorithms build a psychological profile of you. That profile decides what content will appear on your screen next. This means two people searching the same topic can see completely different results. Reality online becomes personalized, not objective. News feeds are no longer neutral streams of information. They are carefully optimized environments designed to trigger emotions. Anger, fear, and outrage perform better than calm facts, so those emotions are prioritized and amplified. Over time, this reshapes how people think and react. The internet doesn't just reflect society, it actively influences it. Creators also feel this pressure. Content that fits algorithmic preferences gets rewarded with visibility and money.
Creators who challenge narratives or avoid click-driven formats often get buried. Freedom exists, but it comes with invisible penalties. This leads to self-censorship without any direct force. People slowly adjust their voices to survive in the system. Another major layer of control is monetization. Platforms decide who gets paid, how much, and why. Ad-friendly content is pushed forward, while controversial or critical topics are restricted. Profit becomes the gatekeeper of speech. Even educational or truthful content can be suppressed if it threatens advertisers. Money quietly defines what is allowed to scale. Data is the currency that fuels this entire system. Users don't pay with cash, they pay with personal information. That information is sold, analyzed, and weaponized for influence. Your preferences become products. Privacy policies exist, but few people read or understand them. Consent becomes technical, not meaningful. Governments also play a role in shaping digital freedom. Laws, regulations, and pressure influence what platforms allow. In some regions, entire websites are blocked or filtered. In others, content is shadowed rather than removed. This makes censorship harder to detect. Silence feels natural when you don't know what's missing. The result is a controlled environment that still feels open. That illusion is what makes it so powerful. Most users believe they are informed and independent. In reality, they are navigating a guided experience. The internet didn't become less free by accident. It became optimized for control, profit, and influence. And the most effective form of control is the one you don't notice. Another powerful limitation of internet freedom is platform dependency. Most users rely on a small number of tech giants for news, communication, and visibility. When a few companies own the digital highways, they indirectly control who gets to travel freely. If a platform changes its rules, millions of creators and businesses are affected overnight. Account bans, demonetization, and shadow banning often happen without clear explanations. There is rarely a human to appeal to, only automated systems. This creates a power imbalance where users must obey unclear rules to survive online. Freedom becomes conditional instead of guaranteed. Search engines also shape what people believe is true. Most users trust the first few results without questioning why they appear there. Search rankings are influenced by SEO, authority, sponsorships, and algorithms. Truth does not always rank highest, visibility does. Over time, this changes public knowledge. What cannot be found easily might as well not exist. Another overlooked factor is digital surveillance. Governments and corporations monitor online activity more than most people realize. From location data to browsing behavior, tracking is constant and often invisible. Even private messages are not always truly private. Surveillance creates a chilling effect. People think twice before expressing unpopular opinions. When users know they are being watched, behavior changes naturally. Freedom fades without force. The rise of content moderation adds another layer of control. While moderation is necessary, its execution is often biased. Rules are applied unevenly across regions, languages, and political views. What is allowed for some is restricted for others. This inconsistency creates confusion and distrust. Users never fully know where the line is. Internet freedom also differs based on geography. Access, speed, and restrictions vary widely across countries. Some users experience a heavily filtered internet, while others enjoy relative openness. Digital freedom is not universal. Even in open regions, economic barriers limit freedom. Paywalls, subscriptions, and premium visibility create digital class systems. Those who can pay gain reach and influence. Those who cannot are pushed to the margins. Education plays a role as well. Users without digital literacy are easier to manipulate. They are more likely to believe misinformation and targeted narratives. Control thrives where understanding is weak.
The internet rewards speed over depth.
Quick reactions spread faster than thoughtful analysis. This favors emotional manipulation over informed discussion. Complexity is simplified into slogans and extremes. Over time, this reshapes culture itself. Public discourse becomes louder but less meaningful. The most dangerous aspect is normalization. Users accept these limits as normal internet behavior. People stop asking what a free internet should look like. Expectations slowly lower. Freedom is not taken all at once. It is reduced gradually, feature by feature. Most users never notice the loss because convenience replaces concern. Comfort becomes more important than control. The internet still feels free because you can scroll endlessly, but freedom is not the same as abundance. True freedom means access, choice, and autonomy, and those are increasingly filtered online. The modern internet is efficient, powerful, and addictive, but it is not neutral. Understanding this doesn't mean rejecting technology. It means using it with awareness. Because only informed users can push back against silent control. And awareness is the first step toward real digital freedom. The internet is not evil, and it was never meant to be a prison. It is one of the most powerful tools humanity has ever created. But power always attracts control. What you do with this knowledge now matters. Awareness is the difference between being a passive user and an active thinker. You don't need to quit social media or disconnect from technology. You need to question it, understand it, and use it intentionally. Follow creators who challenge ideas instead of just confirming them. Diversify your sources. Step outside your digital bubble. Your attention is valuable. Treat it like currency. Spend it on content that educates, not just entertains. If you found this video eye-opening, imagine how many others are scrolling without realizing what's shaping their reality. That's why sharing this message matters. One informed mind can influence many others. If you believe conversations like this are important, support channels that focus on awareness, not just trends. Like this video so it reaches beyond the algorithmic bubble. Share it with someone who still believes the internet is completely free. And if you want more content that exposes hidden systems, power structures, and untold realities of the digital world, subscribe to Future Elite Lab. Because the future doesn't belong to those who scroll blindly. It belongs to those who see clearly. Stay aware, stay curious, and never stop questioning the systems that shape your world.